everyone! In this first part, I am going to present the lesson plan that I have developed. This lesson plan is specifically designed for 11th grade students, focusing on the passive voice, specifically the simple present and simple past passive, using the problem-based learning model. Here we will look at how the learning objectives are perfectly aligned with the Curriculum Merdeka framework, complete with classroom activities from the opening all the way to the closing.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's English lesson. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to learn about passive voice, especially how it is used in news reports. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to recognize and use passive voice confidently. So let's get started. Now, let's begin by understanding what passive voice is. Passive voice is a sentence structure in which focus placed or slays performs the action. In passive voice, the subject receives the action instead of doing it. Now, let's learn the structure of passive voice in the simple present tense. The formula is subject plus am or are followed by past participle, also known as verb 3. Remember, the form of be for panged, we use singular subjects am with I and er for plural subjects. Now, let's move on to the simple tense in stem voice. We use to talk about actions that happened and were completed in passive. The structure of simple cast passive is subject followed by were and then the past participle or verb 3. We use was with singular subjects such as I, he, she, and it. We use where with plural subjects such you, we, and they. Look at some common time expressions used in the simple. Yesterday, last night, last week, and last year. These time expressions tell us that the action happened in the past. Now let's look at two examples of passive voice. The news is published every morning. In this sentence, the news is the subject and is helping verb. Published is the past participle. Because this action happens regularly, we use the simple present passive. Now let's move to the second example. The bridge was opened yesterday. This is written the simple past passive. It follows the pattern and past participle. So word past shows that happened in the past. Now, let's compare active voice and passive voice. First, look at the active voice sentence. In this sentence, the journalist performs the action of writing the news. Now, let's look at the passive voice sentence on the right. The report was written by the journalist. Here, report function is the subject. The action focuses when who performs the action. So the main difference with us passive thoughts was introduced by the Jinlatch. So the main difference is that active voice focuses on the person who performs the action, while passive voice focuses on the receiver of the action. Now it's time to practice what you have learned. Please read the active senses on the board and change them into passive voice. Remember to choose the correcting verb and use the past participle or verb 3. Take your time. When you're ready, let's check the answers together. Now, let's check the answers together. For the first sentence, the journalist writes the news. The correct passive voice is, the news is written by the journalist. Notice that we use written because the sentence in the simple present tense. Now, let's look at the second sentence. The police arrested the suspect yesterday. The correct passive voice is, the suspect was arrested by police yesterday. Excellent work, everyone. You see that the helping verb changes according to the simple past tense, but the past particle or verb 3. Before we finish today's lesson, let's take a moment to review what we've learned. Today, we learned that passive voice is used when we want to focus an action or receiver of the action, rather the person who performs it. We also learned how to form passive voice using the simple present tenses by using the helping verb and in the past particle. By understanding these patterns, you'll be able to recognize and use passive voice more confidently in everyday English. Now, it's time for your assignment. Please write 5 sentences using passive voice. Include both the simple present passive and the simple past passage. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.
It was time to bring it to life with some cool visual media. An interactive animated video. For this creative stage, I actually teamed up with ChatGPT to brainstorm the ideal visual concept for our teacher character and to script all the dialogue prompts across every single scene. The real challenge here was keeping our teacher's appearance completely consistent. We wanted her outfit, her professional posture, and her eye contact to stay exactly the same throughout the video. To do that, we crafted a highly structured set of instructions. Let's take a look at the master prompt blueprint we generated to get those flawless movements and dialogue transition. Look at the tutorial phase. To bring our teacher character to life, I used Adobe Firefly's powerful AI video generator. Trust me, the process is incredibly smooth, and we can easily break it down into just 4 simple steps. Step 1. We head over to the general settings. This is where we pick our AI model, dial up the resolution to a crisp 720p, and flip the aspect ratio to widescreen 16:9 so it looks beautiful on any presentation screen. Step 2. We lock in our character. By going to the References panel, we simply upload our original teacher image into the first frame slot. This tells the AI, Step 3. We copy that awesome master prompt and dialogue we created earlier, drop it right into the prompt box, and hit that Generate button. Step 4. We just hang out for about 2 to 5 minutes while the AI does its magic, and once it's rendered, we simply hit Download. Finally, once all the individual scenes are generated, we import all the video clips into CapCut. Comes together. We arrange the clips in chronological order on the timeline, smooth out the transitions between scenes, add our background music, and once everything looks perfect, we just export the final video, and we are ready to teach.